Imagine this. It is the final minutes of a World Cup match. Your team is attacking, everyone in the room is watching, and just when the ball reaches the penalty area, the screen freezes, or the image suddenly goes black. After smashing that TV, I thought the answer was in the specs, so I bought a projector with impressive numbers, including high brightness, but the image still looked dim. That's when I realized two projectors can show similar specs on the box and perform completely differently in real life. So this time I'm testing the Aurzen D1 R-Air myself. That is exactly why I wanted to build a proper World Cup projector setup, not just to watch football, but to test the things that can actually ruin the experience. For this project, I am using the Aurzen D1 R-Air. It is a portable Roku TV smart projector, but instead of doing a normal review, I want to test it like a real setup. Brightness, focus speed, image detail, smart TV experience, and portable power. By the end, we should know if this is actually practical for watching a full match indoors or outside. The first test is setup, because most projector demos are too perfect. The projector is centered, the screen is perfectly aligned, and nothing moves. Real life is different. Sometimes the projector is on a side table, sometimes it is too low, and sometimes the only available space is not directly in front of the screen. So I deliberately placed the D1 R-Air in a bad position to see how quickly it could recover. When a projector is not aligned properly, the image turns into a trapezoid instead of a rectangle. This is where keystone correction matters. The D1 R-Air automatically corrects the shape, but the part I wanted to watch closely was the focus speed. It uses real-time TOF, or time of flight, autofocus. In simple terms, the projector quickly measures distance and adjusts focus automatically. In this test, focus finished in about 2 to 3 seconds after repositioning, which is important if you move the projector between rooms or adjust it during setup. After the automatic correction, I used corner adjustment to fine-tune the image to the screen frame. This is especially useful with a portable screen, because even if the auto-correction gets close, corner adjustment lets you make the final image look properly squared and intentional. Now let's test brightness properly, because this is probably the most confusing part of buying a projector. So for this test, I built a DIY measurement setup. I marked a 9-point grid on the projected image, used an illuminance meter to record each point, and entered the values into a simple calculation sheet. The corners are usually lower than the center. That is normal for projectors. The important thing is the average result and how consistent the image feels during real watching. This is what Aurzen means by true brightness. Not the biggest possible number from the brightest spot, but brightness that is measured in a way that actually represents the full screen. SGS employs similar testing methods, so any projector with an SGS certification report is authentic. For football, this matters immediately. You are following the ball across the whole pitch, not just staring at the center of the image. If the sides or corners fall apart too much, you notice it during movement, replays, scoreboards, and wide camera shots. In this setup, the D1 R-Air gave a usable and consistent image for a controlled indoor or evening-style environment. Brightness is only one part of image quality. The next thing I wanted to check was detail. Instead of looking at specifications, I wanted to see how sharp the image actually looks in real content. For a soccer match, that means player names, jersey numbers, the scoreboard, faces, grass texture, and other small details. These are usually the first things that reveal how much real detail a projector can reproduce. The D1 R-Air has native 1080p resolution, and for a 100-inch style World Cup setup, that is the detail level I would expect to feel comfortable from normal viewing distance. I also tested Roku Picture Mode here. This does not need to be complicated. I switched between the modes while showing football, animation, and a movie scene. Sports mode makes the most sense for match viewing, because the image needs to stay clear during fast motion. Movie mode is better when contrast matters more and vivid settings can make colorful content look stronger. The point is not that one mode is perfect for everything. The useful part is that you can adjust the image quickly based on what you are watching without manually changing every setting. Normally, if a projector does not have a proper smart system, you end up adding something else. A streaming stick, another remote, another cable, and sometimes another app. Log in just to start watching. The D1 R-Air has Roku built in, so the test here is simple. Can I go from setup to football content without adding extra devices? This is where the idea of true smart makes sense. The projector is not just showing an image from another device. It already has the Roku system inside, so content, apps, and navigation all start from the projector itself. For this World Cup setup, Roku's Soccer Zone is the best example. I can open football-related content quickly without jumping between external devices or switching HDMI inputs. For a casual watch party, that matters because people do not want to wait while you troubleshoot the setup. They want to sit down and watch. After testing brightness, resolution, and Roku together, I think this is the main lesson for choosing a projector in this price range. Do not only look at the biggest number on the product page, look for proof. True brightness means the lumen claim is measured properly. True resolution means the actual image detail is clear enough in real content. True smart means the projector can work as a complete entertainment system instead of depending on extra accessories. The final test is portability, because a projector being small does not automatically mean it is easy to use outside. The D1R Air supports USB-C PD power input and is compatible with most 65 watts plus power banks and portable power stations. That is important because it gives you more options than only plugging directly into a wall. For this test, I moved the World Cup setup outside. Normally, this is where outdoor projector setups become messy. You start looking for outlets, running extension cables, and placing the projector based on where power is available instead of where the image looks best. The power-based stand changes that setup. It has a built-in 25,000 mAh battery, and Aurzen rates it for up to 2 hours of playback. That is enough for a lot of matches, movie nights, or backyard viewing sessions. But the design detail I like most is not only the battery, it is the bottom power design. On many projectors in this price range, the power cable plugs directly into the back of the projector. Every time you rotate or adjust the projector, the cable moves with it. On the D1R Air with the power-based stand, the cable stays connected to the stand, so the projector can rotate more freely without the cable pulling from the back. Aurzen also has the standard Aurzen D1R. I would look at this one slightly differently. The D1R Air is the more flexible option if you care about USB-C power, the power-based stand, and moving the projector between indoor and outdoor setups. The Aurzen D1R makes more sense if your projector is going to stay indoors most of the time, and you mainly want a simple Roku projector for a bedroom or living room. After building and testing the full setup, I think the most useful part of this video is not only the projector itself, but the way the tests explain what people should look for. Brightness should be measured properly, resolution should be judged by real image detail. Smart features should actually reduce setup problems. And portable power should make the projector easier to place, not just easier to carry. If you want to check out the Aurzen D1R Air, the power-based stand, or the Aurzen D1R, I will leave the links and discount information in the description below. And now I am curious. If you were building a projector setup for a big match, what would matter most to you? Brightness, image detail, smart TV features, or portable power?